It's the Daily Doug.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug. Thanks for being with me today. Y'all, I have an iconic song for you today. It's the Final Countdown by Europe, and I'm happy that you're joining me for this episode. This has been on my list for a while, but I haven't done an episode previously because I'm pretty darn familiar with the song. How could I not be, y'all? I'm not completely a hermit, you know? But I think I'm only familiar with that synthesizer melody that is included in the song. I don't think I know anything else about the band or about the song itself. And so today we're going to give it the treatment and see if we can unlock some of the song's secrets. And I'm also going to double check my memory to make sure that that famous synth melody in my head is an accurate memory. So it's going to be a fun episode. This song was released in 1986. It is the title track of Europe's third album. Europe is a band from Sweden, and they formed back in 1979, and this song and album are by far their most popular and commercially successful. The song itself came about via a keyboard riff that the lead vocalist Joey Tempest had written some years earlier. The lyrics themselves are in part inspired by David Bowie's Space Odyssey. So that's really interesting, talking about that kind of countdown. This will be the first time on the channel that I am listening to music from Europe, and I'm really excited to do so. But first, I am extra excited to welcome Saley as the sponsor of today's video. Saley is a new eSIM service app that is brought to us by the people at Nord Security, and it's a wonderful new tool for people who are on the go. Y'all, it allows us to connect to and use the internet with security and with confidence. Just a few weeks ago, our friend John traveled from Europe to South Korea for a music conference, and he was really worried about just being able to connect efficiently to the internet, and he was worried about his roaming fees and his data usage and just his safety as he was accessing the internet for his work. And as a member of our team, our connection with him was hit and miss while he was traveling. Well, with Saley, folks like John will never have to worry about that ever again. You download the app, and once this eSIM is installed, it eliminates the need for users to install or acquire a new eSIM or a regular SIM card. This eSIM provides you with an internet connection wherever you travel, and it saves you money on roaming fees. Here's how you do it, friends. You simply buy a plan, you install the eSIM, and then activate your plan, then travel with secure internet access and data at your fingertips. And all of Saley's plans are compatible for both iOS and Android devices. So here's what you need to do. Y'all, you log on to saley.com/Doug Helvering and then use the code Doug Helvering, and you will get an exclusive 15% off your first purchase. So wherever you're going, y'all, you are safe surfing the web with Saley. Okay, y'all, with that being said, let's get into the music, shall we? We've got Joey Tempest on lead vocals. John Norm is on the guitar and backing vocals. Mick Michaeli is on keyboards and backing vocals. John Levin is on the bass. And Ian Haugland is on the drums. So it looks like both the radio version of this song and the video for the song cut down its length a little bit. So I'm going to be going to the original album version today, and I'm happy to do so. Let's get down to it, y'all. It's the Final Countdown from Europe. Off we go. Sounds like they're starting that synthesizer like a lawnmower. There it is. Goes again. epic, right? Sounds just like the 80s, too. Well, they've given it to us several times as we start here. Bass is climbing. Play soul. It's such a great melody, isn't it? So let's see what else is in the song. Cool.
We're living together, but still it's farewell.
They're in F sharp minor, by the way. Relative major. Great vocals.
It's the final countdown. The final countdown. We're headed for Venus.
Not doing the whole thing. I'll get to that later. I'm really impressed with the vocals, though. The whole sound of it. So up to A, the relative major, down to D, back to A, bum, So that's the E, and it goes to F sharp instead of A, to the minor key. It's so cool to have a riff that's on a keyboard, right? Instead of a guitar. Although I love the guitar too. This one's a little bit easier for me to figure out how to play. Guitar solo. They changed keys. They took a sharp away. Because now that A sounds like dominant to B minor, that was smooth. Sounds great.
It's the final countdown.
It goes to B.
The final countdown. The final countdown. It's the final countdown. We're leaving together.
We're leaving together, y'all. We're going with Major Tom on a space oddity, right? And there you go. What an iconic song. I was not expecting a pretty rad guitar solo in that, and they changed the key to it. They're in F sharp minor. I'm gonna go over here. Let's talk about this a little bit, y'all. They were in F sharp. This riff is in F sharp. The main melody starts on the 5th of that key, and you get this this motive, ba-da-dum, bum, it's sol, fa, sol, down to do, down to the F sharp, right? So you get that over F sharp, goes to the D chord, the 6. So that part of the melody is a different motive. You get one different. Do the same thing you did first over a B chord. Then to E. Goes to F sharp. Yeah. Then. It's just a really great tune. Y'all, it's a really iconic riff, but the reason I think that it makes so much sense to us as listeners is just how well it's constructed. It's got a really great head motive, and it's using the major tones from the overtone series. You got a root, a fifth, and the subdominant, right? You got does it, and then you kind of do a riff on it. Goes up by half step to that D, and then you stay there and do the original one at that D. Yada dee, that to down to the F sharp that we landed on before, and then B goes to E, F sharp lands, and then E over G sharp, then A, and then A over C sharp to D, then to this suspended 5. Right? And then we get back to that F sharp. It's a great melody. And I am pleased that most of what I remembered from it is it works out, that I was on the right track. What a wonderful, wonderful tune. Big time power, too. The sound of that synth, y'all, I read that they used a Yamaha TX816 rack unit, as well as a Roland JX8P synthesizer, and they layered sounds from each of those instruments on top of each other to create that sound that we hear in the song. Pretty darn cool. I also found this quote, in talking about the song back in 2005, lead singer and songwriter Joey Tempest said that it's always a nice feeling. Sometimes you hear this song on the streets, or someone has it on their mobile phone, and it's just a nice feeling. Actually, I did an interview about a year ago with a newspaper from America, and they talked about how much it's been used in sports in America. That's where I really know it from, y'all, from watching all of the sports that I've loved here in America over the years. And Joey goes on, he says, it's been used in sports in America, which I did not know so much about. Apparently, it's been used a lot, and that was nice to hear. The ironic thing, though, is that the song was actually written for our fans. It was over 6 minutes long and was never meant to be a hit or anything like that. It was meant to be an opening for our live show. We were putting out our 3rd album, and we really wanted a grand opening for the show. And so I had this riff tucked away in a drawer since my college years, and I took it out, found a tempo for it, wrote some lyrics, and it turned out to be a great opening for that album and for our show as well. Nowadays, we don't rehearse it. I'm sure they don't have to. But when we play it live, it is still just so amazing. It does communicate so well with the audience, and we really love playing it. You know, it's great when you get a song that really connects with fans around the world. You're going to have to play it for the rest of your career. It might as well be a song that you actually enjoy playing, you know? So a good thing for Joey and Europe, and we've enjoyed this song for decades now. And, you know, going into this episode, I thought of Europe as a one-hit wonder because this is the only thing that I really ever remember hearing about this band, you know, in this context with this song, The Final Countdown. But they have 11 albums, and they span 34 years of a career in putting out these studio albums. So good on you, Europe. I need to listen to more from them because I really enjoyed the playing on this. I enjoyed the production of it. I enjoyed the singing quite a bit. The guitar playing was great. And of course, that riff. It's iconic. Really, really fun. And the song just keeps on going. In 2022, the official video surpassed 1 billion views on YouTube. A lot of people know this song, y'all. And it's become this iconic part of society around the world in the intervening years. And it really was a pleasure to read in on it today and to hear it and to share my analysis and reaction with all of you. Fun thing, right? Really great music and great time together. I appreciate y'all. So thanks for being with me, and we'll see you next time on another edition of The Daily Doug.